Hey you guys, welcome back. So today I want to show you how to add STL files into your Relief Clip Art library in Carveco. Now I am in Carveco Maker Plus, but this method works in the basic Maker version and all of the other tiers. So most of you have probably already seen Layton's video on the official Carveco channel that shows how to add reliefs in here, and that's great if you have the .rlf file type from the clip art library that Carveco sells. But if you don't and you have STL files and you want the functionality that these reliefs give you, I'll show you at the end of this video what those are and why you would want to do this with your STL files. But likely you're here because you already know that. So we'll just kind of jump into it. Over here on the left hand side, I've already added the extended clip art library. If you haven't done that, you just scroll to the bottom, click this button, and it will show you how to download them from Carveco for free to add the ones you see here right now. However, when we expand this blue bar at the top, you can see that these are like the subfolders. So this is just the animal section. And there's more subfolders here. And there's even one that's labeled mine in capitals because I've added it. When I click on that, you'll see the files that I've done with this method. And we've put a couple of them in here, and I've started saving some of my designs in here as well. You can see these are just completely flat blank slates. What that actually is just vector artwork. However, since I was saving it in the same folder, it shows up in here as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you do have flat vector artwork along with a 3D model, it's going to show up kind of like this. If you have a 3D model alone, it'll show up like this with kind of a invisible, transparent background. So these ones I've saved using the same method I'm going to show you in this video. And in order to get to them, you can go over here and add your own folder to it. So if you're saving these in a certain folder, like under your documents in this Carveco folder or something to that effect, you can easily route to them this way for existing art files that you have. Now, if it is just flat artwork, importing it isn't going to help anything. It's not going to import the flat artwork either. You'd have to go and save that as a SVG and then bring that back in, or open the file by itself and copy and paste the vectors. However, if you did want to bring in an STL file, how you would do that is you need to get the STL file into this directory. So this directory is all my .art files. We can go ahead and do locate file, and it will open up over here and show us what all is in this current file. So we can see we've got quite a few STLs, but the STLs they're not showing in here. Only these .art files are showing in here. So what we need to do is convert the STLs to a .art file type. And how we do that is just import the STL like normal. So we click Relief, Import 3D Model. And for this one, I'm going to use this mechanics sign from this other directory. That way it's not in here already. And once we bring in this STL, you see it kind of imports a little bit differently than the Relief one did. If you saw that I clicked this double dog a moment ago, it imported blue, and it gave me some additional options for moving stuff around. And I'll show you that at the end of the video. With the STL, I'm going to go ahead and just center it, and we can adjust the size if it was too large or very small to fit in here. And I like to leave them all linked when doing this. We can just click paste, and now that STL file is pasted in here. So now I have a model of the STL file, and when I click File, Save As, it's going to save this file. We're going to save a .art file in that mechanics sign folder. We'll call that mechanics sign art. Okay, so if we come over here and open that folder, we can see now we have that brand new file that I just saved right now, and the previous STL that's in there as well is visible as an STL file, right? So this art file can now be used in the library, and all I have to do is route to it. So in order to route to it, I'm going to go ahead up here and where we saved it at, right? We need to go Z 3D Relief Mechanic Sign. So I'm going to click New, go to my Z directory, 3D Relief, and Mechanic Sign, and click OK. And that has a new folder here now. Once I close and reopen Carveco, it'll be in alphabetical order, but for now it shows up at the bottom. And now I have this mechanics sign that I could bring into the model And we'll actually undo all that real fast. Get rid of this STL. So now I'm back to a blank, brand new slate. I can import this mechanic sign and move it around by hand. I can change the size using one of the corners if I want to keep the same aspect ratio. I could stretch it this way if you want to. Oops, undid one too many times, but that's okay. And you can kind of skew it this way. If you know, there's a lot of different functionality you can do right here with bringing this in. And if you do, press escape like that and get rid of the controls. Just press this transform tool and you can get them right back. But here we can rotate stuff around. And it's all a whole different function than using that STL import, right? There's a lot more control of what all's going on by having the manual controls to move stuff around. Now the neat part of that is you can now use this add and subtract function that you couldn't do with an STL file. So now when I import this using the subtract function, it's now down into the model instead of only added on top of the model, which can be useful in certain circumstances, right? So we've gone through how to take an STL file, save it into an art, and then how to get to the folder where your art files are within the Relief library. And a neat aspect of this is that you can just add additional files one on top of the other, move stuff around. As long as it's the blue tone, it's not actually pasted down and it's not treated like part of the model yet. So you will want to keep that in mind, that if you see it blue like this, you'll want to click the paste button or else it won't be considered part of the model. And when you run the 3D toolpath, you won't get any toolpaths because none of these are actually part of the model. So here I'm just going to add a few of these in here and kind of show the different functions on why you might want to use these. So here I've got this one that is subtract. When I click paste, it's going to kind of make it subtract down into the model. And this one here, click transform again. We can use the add function. Now I like this other page over here where it shows the photos. I think they should depict what's going on a little bit better than these little images, right? So now I can click paste. And that one adds it to the top. So I've got one model that's carved down in, and another model that's standing proud on top, right? And then this one has not been added yet. So we can add this one using one of the other functions. A neat feature as well is we can kind of overlap it like this. And by selecting a different option here, whether it's merge high, it'll add it to where it's at. If I have add, it's going to kind of keep the contour below and add this to it. And I think that looks a little bit funky. So we'll just select that one. And you can kind of see how it blends itself in to where the high points were before. I hope that this video has helped you out today. If it did, let me know by hitting the like button below. And if it didn't, leave me a comment below on kind of what didn't work out. Anyway, thanks for sticking around this long through the video. If you haven't already, make sure you do hit subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Until next time, guys, have a great day.